Kingston on Friday, April 22nd. It's NXT Live for the first time ever. Experience a historic night of incredible action as the next generation of WWE superstars make their triumphant debut in Kingston. Don't miss the worldwide phenomenon. The future is now.
This is the place to be!
This is NXT!
It's NXT Live in Kingston, Friday, April 22nd. Tickets are available.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans from around the corner and around the world, welcome to another installment of Wrestling Insiders. I'm Dan Marani here at MWF Studios, just north of Boston in downtown Melrose, Massachusetts. Check out some cool offers we have at the end of this video to find out how you can do your part to support indie wrestling. Fans, since 1995, Monday Night Raw, the night after WrestleMania, has become one of the biggest programs of the year. Started back when Psycho Sid turned on Shawn Michaels and powerbombed him 24 hours after losing to Diesel at WrestleMania 11 in Hartford, Connecticut. Fans in attendance at the American Airlines Arena in Dallas Monday, April the 4th, 2016, they were planning on a big night. The commentary team tried to prep the fans at home, saying the crowd reactions were all in good fun. Raw opened up with Vince McMahon this week. He was thrilled that Shane lost in the Hell in the Cell. Shane limped out on the Raw stage. He sold the beating that he took. Shane said that he was the only man in the McMahon family, and he was there to shake Vince's hand. Vince thought that Shane was trying to upstage him, so he let Shane run Raw on Monday night. I thought the idea might have been fun, but you're talking about pissing on a stipulation that you wanted fans to invest time and money in the night before at WrestleMania. Doing that turns off far more fans than it turns on. There's no common sense in doing something like that again, unless there's a bigger picture, but more often than not, you don't see that. I really like the fact that Roman Reigns didn't open the show to give his thoughts on winning the WWE Championship the night before. You got to let the fans wait sometimes. Make them sit through the program. Boost those ratings. Don't give everybody everything at 8 o'clock. WWE Tag Team Champions The New Day defeated League of Nations, Sheamus and King Barrett in somewhat of a WrestleMania rematch. The fans were doing the wave like they were at a Boston Red Sox game at Fenway Park. I like that. Woods was great, saying if the fans did the wave, it meant they liked Sheamus, and that was the end of the wave. After the match, Sheamus said it was time to eliminate the weak link, stick a fork in King Barrett. Then the remaining 3 League of Nations members were met in the ring by the Wyatt families with the Wyatt's cleaning house. Interesting to see what goes on from here. Renee Young caught up with Vince McMahon leaving the arena. He said he didn't want to watch Shane's disaster of a program and that him running it was only temporary. Sasha Banks defeated Summer Rae in a really quick match that did nothing to enhance the outstanding match Sasha had 24 hours earlier at WrestleMania. Summer Rae is a pretty woman, but her matches are terrible, awful, and why expose that on national television? Again, I don't understand the common sense in that. Apollo Crews made his WWE debut with a pinfall victory over the used and abused Tyler Breeze. Got some insight into what quote-unquote issues that led Breeze to being buried 12 feet under, not even 6, and it's nothing I look at as a reason to take a talent you can make money with, a talent that can give you good to great matches, a talent fans enjoy watching and ruining it. Save the political stuff for the locker room. The WWE roster is too thin right now to play games with athletes with real talent that can make overexposed Raw and SmackDowns that much better. I like Crews a lot. Would like to see him have an angrier side, not just be a happy-go-lucky guy on his way to the squared circle. His spin-out powerbomb is really cool. If you haven't caught him on WWE NXT before on the WWE Network, you're really going to like what you see on Raw and SmackDown with Apollo Crews. Breeze made him look good in a minute or two that they had. Here's wishing Apollo Crews a lot of success now that he's reached the main stage in WWE. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns made his way out. He got quite a reaction, and it wasn't a good one. Chris Jericho tried to come out and turn the heat onto him, saying he beat the internet fans' favorite AJ Styles at WrestleMania, but still no luck. Jericho was followed up by Styles, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. All 4 wound up going at it. Owens and Zayn battled outside of the ring. Then when Jericho tossed AJ over the top rope, Reigns speared him to end the segment. Like Reigns having interactions with new, fresh talent very much. Reigns has feuded almost exclusively with the Wyatt family in the League of Nations since last summer. He's almost desperate for something new to freshen him up now that WrestleMania season is over. Shane McMahon told him that Styles, Jericho, Owens, and Zayn would collide in a four-way main event on Raw to determine the number one contender for what I guess is a championship match at WWE Payback May the 1st. Thought this was a really good segment. In his Raw debut, Baron Corbin, fresh off winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania, battled Dolph Ziggler to a double countout. Again, you have to question the common sense. Corbin got a nice push right off the bat, winning the Andre Battle Royal, and instead of slowly building him up in singles matches, so he's more of a known commodity to WWE fans beyond his time in NXT, he faces Dolph Ziggler, who I think is fantastic, but Ziggler has been pissed on to the point where it's a challenge for fans to seriously take him as a big-time player. And your fresh new heel in a company desperate for heels battles the beaten-down mid-carder to a double countout. I mean, man, that's when you got to throw your hands up in the air in frustration. If you don't have enough bodies to put over Corbin, then expand the damn roster and bring back jobbers to work. Don't cut off the new guy that you think has potential at the knees. Makes no sense. The Miz defeated Zack Ryder to win the WWE Intercontinental Championship, another head-scratcher. WWE made serious inroads over the past year to elevate the Intercontinental Championship as something of importance, and in one weekend passed it around to two undercard guys like a cheap whore. Ryder's WrestleMania win was a feel-good moment, but nobody cares long-term because Ryder loses night after night after night, loses almost every match for the past 3 or 4 years. The Miz loses over and over and over and over again, and his matches aren't all that good. Miz might be a fun character fans dislike, but not when it comes to a serious wrestling match involving a championship. It's just the way it is right now with these two. Miz started arguing with Mr. Ryder at ringside, this year's version of John Cena Sr., only to be confronted and slapped by the returning Maurice. As Ryder was distracted, Miz hit the skull-crushing finale for the win. Can you believe that 5 years ago, The Miz defended and retained the World Championship at WrestleMania 27 in Atlanta? Adding Maurice to his act certainly gives him a fresh coat of paint, which he needs, but I don't know if that's all he needs to be a stronger asset to WWE, again, outside of being a solid mouthpiece. Lita was in the ring with the roster of quote-unquote women's wrestlers, as they're not divas anymore. I'd love to see Lita added to the mix, and maybe as a commissioner of women's wrestling or something to that extent. Fans seemed bored with this segment, but I liked it as at least it was building towards something. Charlotte made a phony attempt to put over the other ladies while putting herself over the strongest. They all walked out in disgust except for Natalya. She said Charlotte needs a lesson in humility. Charlotte ragged on the Hart family until Natty turned that anger into a sharpshooter. You'd have to think we're looking at a women's title match here at Payback. It looks like the Colón/Los Matadores are being repackaged. Very disappointed. WWE didn't pull the trigger to bring Carlito back with them. When you look at the money and push wasted on Alberto Del Rio again, you've got to shake your head. Carlito came to WWE with a bang in 2004, but got injured shortly after winning the U.S. title from John Cena. Carlito was always more over than his character deserved with the lousy push WWE gave him more often than not. Again, it's just one man's opinion, but it could have made for an interesting family faction that would have been fresh and interesting after months and months of failed League of Nations attempts. Pleased, at the very least, to see something good done with Epico and Primo. In tag team action, the Dudley Boys defeated the Usos in a tables match. Usos had both Dudleys on the table. They went for splashes off the top rope, but the Dudleys moved and the Usos went through the table. But per the rules of the match, a team has to physically be put through the table by their opponents, not put through the tables by themselves. The bell appeared to ring by accident. Bubba Ray Dudley threw Jay through a table in the corner, yelled at the timekeeper, pissed off. In the back, Kevin Owens put Sami Zayn through a table, taking him out of the four-way main event. Back at ringside, the Dudleys were still out there for the debut of Enzo Amore and Big Cass. Huge reaction for the former NXT Tag Team Champions. Fans were into their gimmick and knew their verbal well. Interesting to see if the momentum from their debut continues and what looks like to be a solid kickoff with the Dudley Boys. In the main event, AJ Styles defeated Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, and the returning Cesaro to become the #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in what looks like a payback pay-per-view showdown with Roman Reigns on May the 1st. Styles pinned Jericho in an excellent match. The time is right for Cesaro here, too, to really elevate himself. WWE needs more top guys, more superstars to go out on the road on the house shows. 2 WrestleManias ago, Cesaro won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. He was dropped from his tag team act with Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter, and then paired with Paul Heyman as his manager. It looked like he was going somewhere big. only it didn't work out that way in the end for whatever the reason may be. Cesaro has size. His in-ring work is excellent. He's not exactly a promo machine, but that's why the wrestling god invented managers. I expect the road to payback to be an interesting one, as Jericho and Styles still appear to have unsettled business, and I'm sure Jericho will be looking for a little payback of his own from Reigns after he got speared earlier in the night. I'd personally prefer to see whatever the title match is on the Payback pay-per-view to be a singles match, but again, that's just my own opinion. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Raw this week. It almost feels like opening day for WWE, along with Major League Baseball at the same time now that WrestleMania is over. We polled our friends on Twitter, and the results were 62% thumbs up, 8% thumbs down, 30% in the middle. Feel free to leave your thoughts on Raw in the comment section below. Fans, check out the MWF store. We have some awesome deals for you, and every purchase helps us continue to produce more live wrestling events and free video content for your wrestling enjoyment. If you missed WrestleMania, the WWE Hall of Fame, or NXT TakeOver, click the link below and get 1 month of WWE Network absolutely free. Please use our link, as WWE helps us out a little for sending great wrestling fans their way. WWE Payback comes your way live Sunday night, May the 1st, from the Wild Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. The price is right to watch it live, along with network-exclusive programming. Thousands of hours of content available on demand, and experiencing everything from WrestleMania week with the click of a button. Do your shopping with Amazon.com and WWE Shop.com using our links below, and help support indie wrestling. No matter what you buy on either website, including non-wrestling merchandise on Amazon, we get a thank you from our online partners. Doesn't cost you one extra penny. Fans, the Millennium Wrestling Federation's 15th anniversary celebration is upon us this summer. What we've been able to produce and experience in a decade and a half is amazing, and we're going to keep building more and more great content for your enjoyment anywhere on this planet. Continue to check out the BostonWrestling.com super site. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at MWF2001. And subscribe to our YouTube channel with more than 900 free videos. Until we speak again, folks, you and yours, be well.